Okay. Sean?
Yeah. Would it be too elementary, maybe Rob, one time to have you do maybe one of these after classes or something, have you do a little bit of talk about the tech? And the reason why I say that is I'm just learning how to do all this stuff, the 8 and 8. But if I wanted to do an email campaign or send an article I read at NAR to one of my customers or all of my customers, I'm even struggling with how the heck to attach this stuff and how to get it on the emails and all that. You can't always just grab an article from everywhere and put it into something, right?
You would want, I'll give you the quick one on that, right? I mean, every one of your CRMs will send a mass email or something like that. So what you'd want to do is take that article, cut and paste it into a PDF or download it as a PDF and attach it. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, in the body, you want to put the first paragraph in there and then continue reading with the PDF, because here's the other piece about that. Be careful about attachments, because everybody download all the attachments they get. I see. Yeah. No. Why?
Probably viruses and all the other crap.
Exactly. Right. Unfortunately. So you can do the PDF thing. What I think I would rather do, especially in today's world, is have it so I send out that email, have the first paragraph on it, and then to read the rest of my newsletter or the rest of the article, click this and go to my site. Get traffic on your site, get traffic to your website where you're going to do that. And that way it just gets people using and engaging in what you're doing. And they'll be more than likely to do that as opposed to download something that they don't know what it is. Okay. Now the technical details on how to do that is going to change between all the different CRMs. Okay.
Are you using KV Core at all, Rob?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
But KV Core can do all that. KV Core can give you the website. It can do all the marketing. It can do all that for you. It's actually a pretty robust program, and there's some great training out there for it, Sean. So I've been a realtor for 22 years, but I've never used KV Core, and I'm actually going to start doing some training on it, not teaching it, but taking it so that I can learn it, because it's free. It's free. Yeah.
All
of them,
robust. All of them are good. Here's the reality: just about every CRM. It doesn't matter if it's KV Core, Command, Follow Up Boss, whatever it happens to be. They'll all do what you need. All of them.
So the best CRM is the one you use.
That one right there. That's the number one CRM. You got it. Okay. All right. So I want to give you some numbers on this as well, because we talk about this, but I want to show you why your concentration is what it should be, is the conversation piece. Okay. You guys got this? You see it now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about 3 things over the past couple of days. We talked about knowledge, talked about practice, and now we're talking about real estate conversations. Okay. So you look at this piece of it and just use the average numbers, all these kind of things. But I want to talk about this. Weeks of vacation. I even gave you 3 weeks of vacation in here, right? And 5 days a week. That's all you're going to work. Okay. But you think about this process. And what's the average commission split? 70, 80%? What you got?
80-20.
80-20.
All right, perfect. Let's do 80 here. Okay. All right. So think about this. If you just have one real estate conversation, and again, what qualifies as a real estate conversation?
Asking someone for business or referral.
Asking for the business.
Awesome. Yeah. You got it. Exactly. One. Okay. That means your income as a brand new agent is probably going to be somewhere around $40,000. Now, there are a lot of you going, well, damn, that's not bad. I mean, oh my gosh, that's 6 homes and all that kind of stuff. Guys, here's the challenge. Most agents don't have one conversation 5 days a week. In reality, where remember the qualifying questions you got to ask, who do you know or have you thought about, right? Those are your qualifying questions to count as that real estate conversation. How many of you are having at least one real estate conversation where you ask for the business 5 days a week? Not many, right? I mean, and that's the reality. But if you do that, and we wonder sometimes, well, oh my gosh, I just can't seem to get traction for what we're doing. Well, that's because of this number right here. It comes down to that. It's really simple. If we're not focusing, again, purposefully looking for the opportunity to have a real estate conversation throughout the day in our daily life, right? If we're not doing that, we're not going to do this. But look at this piece of it. If I just went and said, okay, I'm going to have my one conversation, all right, and all I'm going to do is one conversation. And if I ended up working on my knowledge and my practice, and I went from 15 conversations to one appointment to 10, look what you just did. Remember the value of that 30 minutes working on the practice and 30 minutes working on your knowledge? Do you think in 30 days you're going to get better? Yeah. But then let's go back to this piece. What if we had 2 conversations? 2. Remember, we started at 39,000. Okay.
Rob, forgive me, but I'm not understanding the calculation you're using, the 1 and the 2. I'm not seeing that. I see that the
one conversation. So down here at the bottom, if I have one real estate conversation a day, look at what that leads to using the normal statistics of conversions and everything else.
Okay.
Right? Okay. This is conversion to appointment ratio. The average realtor takes 15 conversations to make 1 appointment. So that means if you're doing this 5 days a week, it takes you 3 weeks to set an appointment. But then the challenge is you're not going to get 100% of them to actually sign with you, are you? Right. So you look at that, and the ones that you do get to sign, do they all go under contract? The ones that all go under contract, do they actually close? So these are just kind of the general numbers that are out there when you look at actual statistics as you go through. So if you're just having one conversation, this is what you're likely to make, right? When you start practicing and getting better, then you start giving yourself raises. But then when you really see the difference is when you concentrate on conversations a day. So again, 39,200, right? Or if you coordinate that with that, 58,000, just having 2 conversations a day. You just put yourself in a 6-figure income in 30 days when you're also adding the 30 minutes of practice and the 30 minutes of knowledge, right? Is that worth doing? That's your concentration piece, right? It's not, yes, it's a lead generation question, but it's not a lead generation challenge. Do you know the difference? Everybody know the difference between those 2 things? We talk about generating leads all the time, right? Well, you guys can walk down the street and get leads, but are you purposefully looking to have the real estate conversation with the people when you walk down the street? See the difference, right? When we do that and we purposefully look for the opportunity to have real estate conversations, everything changes and you start having more. Lauren?
Okay, so my difficulty is trying to figure out how to strike up random conversations. I know one night I was like short. I'm trying to do the 3 conversations a day. And so I just went to the grocery store to try to, I didn't need anything, just strike up conversations and whatnot. And I just have a hard time figuring out how to get in there, to strike up the conversation to ask.
All right. I'm going to go back to what Cheryl said. Do you wear a name tag?
Not to the grocery store.
Why not? Are you trying to be an undercover agent?
No, not necessarily.
How about a shirt that says, ask me about real estate?
I have an EXP shirt.
You got it. You got it. Cheryl, go ahead.
So what I do in the grocery store, I used to drive my husband crazy, is I would get in line and I would, put my stuff on the conveyor belt and I would just ask people in front or behind me, like, hey, is that any good? Do you like that? And just strike up a conversation about what they're buying. And maybe that's how they get to turn around and see you and see that you have a name tag or you have your EXP shirt or, whatever. So, I just strike up a conversation just in line with people.
Y'all, but here's the thing. It makes it 100% easier if you've got a name tag on that says Lauren Hairston, Realtor. Or if you have this shirt, it's funny. You guys see all of these bedazzled shirts, we see them here's what's funny. We see these shirts that say, ask me about real estate, and I'm a realtor, and my whatever company shirts on at all of the conferences we go to, don't we? The real estate conferences. And you don't wear them outside of the real estate conference. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. They're not made to be worn at your real estate conference. They're made to be worn when you're going down and walking through your grocery store.
It's funny for me though, like I've never been asked about, real estate when I have like a hoodie and, shirts and everything. And I've never actually been asked or stopped.
Yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing it and just have the conversation. Because here's the other conversation too, Kevin, I see you. If we're standing at a checkout line and have so I see that you've got, let's see, I see you got chocolate milk, all right, in there for whatever reason. Oh, who's drinking the chocolate milk? That's one of my favorites. Go ahead, Lauren. Come off mute.
Oh, all of my kids.
Really? How many kids?
6.
Oh, that's fantastic. 6? Oh my gosh. Do you have enough chocolate milk?
No, never.
Okay,
ever.
You need to go back and get a couple more cases, don't you?
Usually.
That is fantastic. All right, Lauren, I got to ask, what do you do? What do you do for a living? What do you do to support 6 kids?
I'm a realtor.
Oh, wow. Right?
So.
There's your conversation, but that's the one that's you starting a conversation with some, well, I do this, I do that. Oh, that's fantastic. If you ask somebody what they do, what's their natural follow-up question?
Right. They ask what you do.
Yeah. Again, it's a mindset shift. I think I saw Jenny say that a second ago. It's a mindset shift where instead of just walking through our day like we normally do, we have to change so that we are purposefully looking for the opportunity to have a real estate conversation. Okay, Kevin?
Yeah, my mentor has said, wear the tag everywhere. Don't take it off. And what I've found interesting is people actually smile at you. And that's making a connection there. And so, it's much easier to say hello to them. And eventually, like Rob was saying, if you're in line with them, that you start talking. Even the people at the checkout counter, they see you every day, every week or whatever. And they say, oh yeah, you're in real estate. How's the real estate? And then all of a sudden somebody behind you, they hear the conversation and they stop you in the parking lot. Also, she had said that, even when you go to, let's say you go to a family function and you have your tag on and they're like, oh, Kevin, you left your tag on. Oh, I did. Oh, okay. Thanks. Sorry. And I just came from a meeting, or an appointment or whatever. And you just continue to leave it on because people then will start saying, well, how's the real estate market? And so you still have conversations. I'm finding that more and more advantageous to keep it on.
Well, let me give you a funny one too, Kevin. Since you keep yours on, let me give you a funny one that'll start conversations every time. Put it on upside down.
Nice.
What's the natural reaction for people if they see it upside down?
That's right. Oh, it's like your tag's upside down.
I am so glad that you noticed. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Most people walk through the world just oblivious and doing through their lives and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much. By the way, my name's Rob.
That's great.
That's a good one, Rob. That's a good
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
I mean, like that.
It really and Ryan said it a second ago, make it into a game. Guys, that's what we're doing. Make it into a game, make it fun, make it so that it's just part of what you do. You are a real estate expert, right? You're a real estate professional. You're helping people change their lives. And when you look at it like that, all of a sudden it's a mindset shift, but it also goes back to the other thing too. If we're nervous about wearing the name tag or wearing the shirt or wearing the hat or things like that, it may be that we haven't addressed that competence to confidence factor with the practice and the knowledge piece of it, right? So watch that, look at that, because sometimes we may not admit it to ourselves, but we don't want to wear the name tag, and we're going to use that excuse of, oh, I don't want to put that on, or all that, may be obnoxious, or that may be what you're talking about when you talk about your sphere and contacting that as well. It's not that, it's you're afraid of the conversation in a lot of cases. We're afraid of the yes. Not necessarily the rejection piece. We're afraid of the yes, because what am I going to say if they say, oh my gosh, tell me about the market and I don't know about it, right? Don't be afraid of the yes. Embrace the yes, but work on the confidence and competence, which goes back to the conversation we had a couple of days ago, right? About the practice piece. Put those things in your calendar, right? Thank you. Yes, absolutely, right? I mean, it's natural. If we don't know it well enough, then a lot of times we're getting in our own way when we don't do that, because we don't have the confidence to be able to have the conversation. Okay. Cool. Oh, I like it. There you go, Cheryl. Awesome. Anything that'll start a conversation. Again, purposefully looking to have a real estate conversation throughout your day, your normal day. All right, cool. Anything else before we head out? Because I know you guys, we've been on here for a while now. Megan, what you got?
Okay. Real quick question. So, and I'm newer to the DPA stuff, but when we are having the real estate conversation and it results in a appointment, like a buyer consultation, we can count that as two separate things, right? Like, yeah, so you get credit for appointment.
Yep.
Okay.
15
perfect.
points.
Thank you. Okay. Perfect.
And then you send a note card after that to confirm and say, thank you, right?
Yes.
See, that's what you're looking for, right? Good. Lauren, what you got?
Sorry, does anybody have any other ways, like for dialers other than Red X and whatnot? I kind of can't put that into the budget. So is there anything a little bit less expensive that anyone knows of to get numbers for dialers?
There are a ton of them out there. I will tell you, I wouldn't necessarily worry about a dialer until you can afford it, until you can justify it. It kind of goes back to what Rich finished this conversation. We have a tendency to spend a lot more where we can just pick up the phone and make the calls, and you're going to get a lot more. Don't do it until you can justify and you have the money to do it. Here's a good rule of thumb as well, is if you want to pick up a new expense, if you don't have 3 to 6 months of that expense already covered, don't do it. Because are you going to get results within 30 days, 60 days? You know what I mean? Right?
I don't
okay. Alexi?
Hey, Rob. Hey, guys. Quick question again about dialers. For myself, I'm using Redx right now, and I'm planning to hire virtual assistant to hit the circle prospecting, because it takes forever just to get one good lead. It's like, I don't know, 15 conversation, 100 dials. So I'd rather put someone just to filter and me focusing on expires and FISBOs.
Yeah.
So what's the good dialer, especially for overseas, so they wouldn't be blocking, like your suggestion,
I've used Mojo.
Mojo for VA.
Yeah, Mojo with Ring Central phone number.
Okay.
That combination for an ISA.
Okay. And do they screen do not call list as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do they check on your license and stuff? Do you need to type in your license number or anything? No,
they don't care if you're licensed or not. They just want your credit card.
Hey, Rob, I wanted to tell Lauren that Land Voice, Lauren, I'm using landvoice.com. Pretty inexpensive, cheapest way to go, but they give information. I've been using them for 60 days and I am finding success. You do have to dial the numbers. You do have to have a script and you go through the program, but the numbers don't lie. If you put in the activities, there's results.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. Hey, it is 11, at least Eastern time. For the rest of you, it's all different numbers as well. All right, fantastic. We will see you, what is today, Thursday? Okay. For those of you in the game, remember Kurt has his Q&A at noon. Jump on there if you've got that. And if you need anything else, thank you so much. Make it a good day. Right. Purposefully have real estate conversations today. Go get them. All right, y'all. Make it a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, Rob.